Hey guys, welcome to another episode of
Boys,
Booze and Blood. This is Edward, known as Beloved Freak on Instagram.
Hey, I'm Valfornia13.
Hey, I'm Alan, Circus Murderer.
Debato00.
George, Jug16X on Instagram, and we welcome back our
Very beloved friend, member,
Bert, the last song she
Bert. So today we are talking about foreign horror.
Yes, and we're going to talk about how foreign horror likes to push the limits and is not afraid to go places. Something that American films don't like to do, and something they hold back.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's something important for all of us to get to know, especially, there's a lot of French horror films, there's a lot of Italian horror, everything.
Japanese, Korean.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question that
Yes.
I just came up with. Why do you think that America holds back?
Well, we have a lot of censorship, and
That's
a lot
the
of
main
other
thing.
countries don't.
Yeah.
They will let their directors and anything, do whatever they want.
Do we
as
think the
artistic.
audience, the American audience, is ready for a Martyrs type thing?
They're not.
No.
I think it's the mainstream
Okay.
is that you have to kind of spoon feed them a little bit, as opposed to
A little
like,
bit.
A little bit, because it could never go as extreme as Martyrs, because that's it's
It's out there. Well,
the
there's
level
some.
of fucked up is high.
It's just a lot of the remakes and stuff. They have to change it because some audiences don't understand things. They won't comprehend because of the not just of the language barrier, but also story-wise or storytelling. Sometimes it's just different cultures don't match.
They can handle
Yeah.
harder stuff.
Well,
You
and
know what I mean?
America has the whole sense of watching horror movies will turn you into a monster, whereas other countries
Stigma,
don't
yeah.
believe that.
And other countries might not have the MPAA.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what it is a lot? Money. A lot of movie makers nowadays are looking for money, whether they're bringing people in. That's why a lot of PG-13 movies kind of water down things so they could get a bigger audience. So it all comes down to business. As opposed to foreign films, they don't really do that. They don't censor themselves. It's all about the artistry of filming a movie.
See, I wouldn't think so though, because in the mid 2000s, with the whole Saw franchise coming in, and then you got the extreme horror like Hills Have Eyes, the remakes of Last House on the Left. Those remakes were gory, especially with Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That brought people out.
Torture
it was
porn?
a cash cow. The torture porn era.
Porn.
Yeah.
That
Era
huge
was
thing.
the extreme.
But I
That's
think
true.
they got it from foreign films. Though.
They did. They definitely did.
You know
Because
what I
even
mean?
around that time,
that's the inspiration came from. It's not.
that's when all the good horror, the foreign horror films started coming out. Like Martyrs, Inside, Frontiers was all the mid 2000s.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was.
No, no.
Yeah, it was really, really great.
So
Especially just Inside and Martyrs and Frontiers, I didn't know much about it, but watching the trailers, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and you have high tension as well, and just watching those films, I felt like it was one of those things where you're not supposed to be watching because it was so intense and so disturbing, especially Martyrs. That's one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Just the way it hits you, and it really just takes you there, and it's not afraid to kill children, and they show you children deaths on screen without shying away from it.
Oh, shit.
You actually see a kid's face get blown up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty
They
fucked
go to that place.
Yeah.
I just mean in general.
Oh, okay.
Inside for one, especially because they have the chick who goes to the woman's house and
Yeah.
she starts cutting her belly button open, and you see
Yeah,
it
you
and
see
hear
the
it.
fetus.
Yeah, and everything, and the ending of the movie. There's just so much, and I just fucking love French horror movies.
I think so,
I
because
love
the
them.
French, they respect their directors and they respect their vision. Because it's some of these movies, when I first saw Martyrs, I told myself, I was like, why was this even made? Just because.
Like
and
that
it,
harsh,
and it
it
feels
was that harsh.
It is. It feels like two movies though, because it's the first half is
It's
a
an
revenge.
epic.
It is. It's an epic. It's a revenge thriller, and then towards the second half, you get, thrown into this deep, dark, depressive, psychological film.
Yeah.
And my first time watching it, I thought about that film for 2 or 3 days because I was just like, what the fuck? Why?
But I appreciate that they make
You know?
movies like that, and they're not afraid to do that, because in a way, I kind of feel like they respect their audience to have a mature, outlook on it, to be aware and not be some fucking tweens and teenagers who go to Ouija, or something like that. So I feel like it's a good thing that they push the envelope, and really, really appreciate
It's also
it.
maturity, I think, and a lot of the movies foreign films, they're not very they're audience they don't look for is the kids. They look for like the mature
Right.
adult
I mean,
audiences, and that's why they take these movies a little more serious.
Right. They're very specific to what they want to.
They're very detailed.
They want to hit. You know, they really know who their target audience is. It's not 13-year-olds, because why would you want a 13-year-old?
That's not their target audience. That's not what they're aiming for. Exactly.
Right.
It's also funny to me that, like, you look at the culture that these movies are made in, and you like look at American culture and how American people tend to be a lot more immature, and yet our movies represent that. Whereas like you go to like Japan, and these people are in their daily lives very straight edge people, have normal jobs, and then you look at the movies that they have and they're so extreme and graphic, and like I wonder why that is, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we don't get that. We don't, and our people suck.
Because they're not as sheltered. They're exposed.
But they
to much
are.
more.
That's the thing. They're in their daily lives are
Maybe
very
because they are so sheltered, their
That's what
their
films are about.
imagination
Like,
was
they're
wild.
Yeah,
It's an escape.
which is why like we don't go to the movies late at night because we would try to avoid.
No,
these
because I
other
mean
kids.
that's my pet peeve about going to the theater in general. It's like if I want to see something, I have a specific like. This is just like in general since I've had a more of a passion for movies, that I want to go at a 10 a.m. showing on a Saturday just because there's going to be nobody there and I can actually watch.
You want the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
That's what we go to the movies for.
I'm excited for it just because it's gonna be a full theater at night, and it's gonna be everybody, you know, is gonna be invested in the story.
What if they ruin your experience? Why is because if you go at that
True.
time, it's opening night, it's full of people.
So we
People that want to
crowded.
go
True.
see it, it's gonna be probably a mess.
You know, that happened to The
Or during the fall.
Conjuring.
Mhm.
When I went to see Conjuring first opening night, I was just like, wow, everybody's kind of just ruining the experience because
Yeah.
there's people screaming for no
Mhm.
fucking reason, and I'm kind of like, oh.
It's better to go with a group of people that you enjoy it with and that you
get the
know
whole theater by
that you know
Yeah.
they're gonna.
And you have more space
Enjoy
to
it, yeah.
to move. Like
Right.
when you're going to a crowded theater, you can't put your feet up. You can't do any of that stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I like going during the day because I like to put my feet up, my arms out, eating my popcorn. and
Anyway,
shit.
foreign horror.
Anyway,
Bird, what do you think?
going back to topic.
Yeah, Bert, tell us what you think.
I think one of the most admirable things about foreign horror is that besides pushing the limit, outside of the U.S., a lot of the foreign markets, especially the studios, let the artists, the directors, go with what they intended. What I'm trying to say is I feel a lot of films in America tend to go with that typical happy ending, and if you look at a lot of foreign horror, we get so many bleak, depressing endings, which are pretty satisfying for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Martyrs, that ending
love
was
that
great.
ending.
Inside,
Inside, yeah.
Eden Lake.
Eden Lake is
Yeah.
great.
When I first saw that twist that was the boy's father,
Mhm.
I was just like,
And you that look on her face that you see is just she's just like fuck, and that's why she went into the bathroom and just like, you know, got ready, and she's just like, you know, I have to fight it out.
Spoilers
Sorry.
alert.
Spoilers,
Those
I mean,
Reverend listen.
gonna be
Yeah,
10
thank
years
you.
old.
Okay, thank
That
you. I've never
movie's
seen
been
it.
out for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
and
Not
I
a lot
haven't
of
seen
people
it.
know it though.
Too bad, they're lost. Anyway,
Exactly.
let's talk about Eden Lake. You want to talk about Eden Lake? Where's it from? What's it about?
it is
Australia.
it's Australian. Drawing a blank here. Australian horror. Stars Michael Fassbender before he became
Which
a
I
big
love.
name
I love Michael.
in Hollywood. But this couple, they go to, retreat, vacation, and these kids are bothering them, and it becomes sort of this hostage torture type of film, and they both get brutally tortured and
Fucked
chased, fucked up.
It's just a tense situation.
It's a tense situation.
And why did you like it? Why does that ring a bell to you? Why is that the first thing on your mind?
It's funny. I've always gone for movies with body count. This film does not have body count at all.
That's it.
But there's just something about this film that was so tense, and it brought so much dread. And what am I seeing?
The little kid with the tire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kid
Oh
with
my
the
god,
tire.
it just came to my mind.
You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Just the suspense and the extremity. You're just like kind of thrown into her world, and it's depressing because she's trying to escape, and especially towards the end because it's like you feel like okay, I'm
The
finally
frustration
Oh
that
my God.
kids are
Yes,
doing
they
this
can
to an
do
adult.
this.
Yes.
To kill boredom.
there. Yeah,
Feel bored?
because they're
They're
bored.
bored.
That's
They're
it. Because they're bored.
assholes.
Yeah.
So they're from Beverly Hills.
Yeah, down under.
Been down
What do
under.
you think of Eden Lake?
I mean, to me, I loved it just because of the ending. That's it. Like you
You like
Saw-
the brutal shit.
Just
I
when
love
you
the
think
brutal
you
shit.
got
That's what I love
away.
about these foreign horror movies, and it won't work in American audiences because everyone wants a happy ending.
Mhm.
It's not a
One thing that foreign horror does, you're not guaranteed a happy ending.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
Martyrs
true.
does it, Inside does it, High Tension too, because it's kind of fucked up, and then Eden Lake is probably like the beginning level of a fucked up ending. And I always recommend it to people when they're like, I want to see something fucked up. Fine, see this as a beginner.
Well, I like the
'Cause-
fact that it fools you.
It
Because you're like,
fools you,
oh,
it
she's
does.
getting help. And then, oh, wait, this
You're
is
like,
The
oh,
false
shit.
ending.
Yeah.
a false ending. Here's the real
Snatches it.
ending.
But I think what's worse is you don't even see what happens to her. You just hear her screaming.
And I like that. That's effective.
Exactly,
Just the
that's
thought.
effective. It lets your imagination run wild, and you're just like, oh,
And the
shit.
kid's just
like,
in his bedroom. He
yeah.
puts on the sunglasses. Just
He's
looks in
like,
the
cool.
mirror.
Wow.
I had a good day.
But you also believe their like relationship between her and Michael Fassbender. Like I felt like they were lovers. I felt like they were going through this horrible thing where in certain movies, horror
There's no
movies,
chemistry.
there's no
Yeah.
chemistry, and it's kind of just the pretty faces thrown into
Yeah.
it with
Yeah.
each other. And these are gritty movies. These go and like they fucking get dirty. And I mean, she even goes in the trash can, right? Was
Yeah.
it the trash
Oh.
can?
The
dumpster
sewer thing, yeah. The sewer
All I
dumpster.
could think it was like, you just hurt your leg. Now you got all these gunk in your leg. It's
Yeah.
gonna get infected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they sell it. They make
Yeah.
you believe it.
They make you believe it.
And
And I
what do
think
you think about that movie?
how do you feel about it?
Well, speaking of Australian, going back to the Babadook, would you consider that more of a happier ending, or kind
It's
of?
an omnious ending. You don't know what happened at the end. You don't know if it's her imagination or if it's really like now it's their pet. Like what? Like you don't really know.
I dig the fact that it was the characterization of her depression.
Yes.
And she can't let go of the passing of her.
Yeah,
of her
I
husband.
got that from the first viewing. I was like, this is all her. Like she made this happen because the kid drove her insane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Val?
Should slap that kid.
About what?
About
Many
Babadook
times.
or Babadook, Australian horror.
The
Loved Ones.
Wolf Creek. The
Oh,
Love.
the loved
Wolf
ones.
Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Did not like Wolf Creek.
And like,
What?
I did not.
A
The
lot
first
of
one was good.
people
I
don't
don't
like
like
Wolf
it.
Creek, and I don't
why
get
is
it.
it too much of a slow for you?
I
I know nothing happens till like 45 minutes in.
Well,
but
I just don't like the characters at all. I don't connect with them, even though.
no empathy for them.
So yeah, it went really slow for me, especially since I didn't connect with them. So I was just like, all right, just kill them and end the movie. And even the kills weren't even satisfying for me. And I was kind of let down because a lot of people recommended it to me, and I bought it. And
I like the second one.
The second one was pretty good.
The second one's
I
good, but I
like
know
the
people were
second
saying
one.
how like they made him feel like a Freddy, like he had like a one-liner with every kill. but
Yeah.
There's more blood, more gore.
There was a
It
lot more gore.
Oh, I was digging it.
well, does that make the character better, scarier?
Scary or no? Like I said, it was more like a Freddy in part 5. Sort of
Does it make the
comedic.
movie better
Does it
though?
make the movie?
I like the movie. Like,
Because there's a
it's
higher
you're
body
right.
count.
Higher
Well,
body count. You know
him
the
as a
killer
villain,
already.
him as a villain, as a protagonist, it doesn't serve him to be a better character,
It's
so
a
to
little
speak.
bit of a better
Okay.
character.
Because then,
I haven't seen the TV show. I know there's a TV show. On
oh,
Hulu.
Yeah.
all the other sequels. Are those all Australian or no? The
Yeah,
sequels.
Yeah,
Okay.
Loved Ones.
The Love
Loved Ones
Ones.
was great.
Yeah.
I loved it for the craziness.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well, and it gives you a final boy too. Like he's
Yes,
like a boy. When do
finally.
you ever get a boy that survives in the horror movies like that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
True.
And she fucking
And again, it was
And
fucked
fucks
up.
him
And a female
up.
villain.
Yeah.
Which is
And it went
also
places.
rare.
And
You know, as a
fucking
female
freaky
villain, she was good.
incest. And,
Yeah,
like
super
it's
good.
so disgusting and
It's-
so amazing at the same time.
I feel like it took notes from People Under the Stairs. Like, it was very
Definitely,
reminiscent of that.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was very like painted with it. It wasn't like a running force with it. It was just like, oh look, they're inside here now. But
well, no,
like it wasn't.
that's-
Like,
I mean, it was like just something. It inspired it or
yeah,
something. Like
I
that,
mean,
you know?
yeah,
It
it's like
wasn't-
it wasn't. It had an homage to it.
Mhm.
The relationship between her and the dad is
Oh,
just
so crazy.
psycho.
Yeah.
The mom with like the veggie state and everything.
yeah.
The zombies living in the box.
The
under
box,
the
yeah.
stairs.
Her like when she almost at the end when she's crawling.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, with the
arm
fucking broken
this.
thing, yeah.
She looks so awesome.
That was hot.
She was fucking.
When she
crazy.
runs through the field and it's like the sunset and she's got like the knife just like
And also the look of Australian movies, like
Yeah.
you know, it's Australian movie. Like they have a certain kind of look.
And you're in the middle of nowhere, and like there's
it's very open.
like
and
there's
just
so much area
wide
that you have to
space.
go through to get to someplace that's gonna help you. And then to see that she's been doing this since she's like 6 years old with her dad is like so creepy to realize that she was raised that way. So how can you like blame her for being that way when she doesn't know anything else?
Foreheads. And then just pouring hot water in that. That's insane.
To find her Prince Charming.
Yeah.
That song, remember?
Demented. When she's sitting on his lap and the dad's taking the picture and he's like, say happy, and she's just like, happy! It's insane. I love that
It's
shit.
such a good movie.
Yeah, if they remade that in the US, I feel like it would not have the same impact.
Hell,
I feel the same fear of eating like wherever to be Americanized.
Right, yeah.
Like,
They can't.
Martyrs
Why?
American remake was so
I don't think
tame,
they
so
can just because
disrespectful.
the ending's too fucked up. Any of these foreign movies, they can't make it. They don't want a fucked up ending. They want something happy. The only thing that I've seen that's close to it was Texas Chainsaw: The Beginning, because she got killed in the end, and Leatherface walked out like nothing.
Right, but that was
That's the
sort of
closest thing.
expected because it's a prequel, so she had to
Kind
die.
of, but you never know. And it was
Yeah,
still
no.
in that couple of years of extreme horror that was just like torture porn. They put it out for that reason.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of that's even remotely close to being quite as fucked up is Hard Candy, and you don't even get to see any of the fucked up stuff actually happening.
But it's kind of not fucked up
It's
just
all hinted
because
at.
he's a pedophile.
Fucked up in
Yeah.
what way? Like psychologically or
like it
bloody
fucks
wise?
with the
Well,
way
all the
that you
things it
think
does,
about what's
like
going
the,
on.
when she's supposed to cut off his balls and stuff, you
Yeah.
don't see it. It's
Right.
hinted at,
Yeah.
but you don't see it.
That's like The Eyes of My Mother.
Yeah.
It's not gruesome. It's like the original Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
It doesn't show that much, but the interpretation through your mind, the way you think is happening, is pretty effective.
It's so
Have you guys
good.
seen The Eyes of My Mother?
No.
Or
No.
Oh.
No, nobody's
It's good.
here.
It's
Oh,
good.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, no, I wanted to see it.
It's good.
It's on Netflix.
It's pretty
Watch
short.
it.
It's like a little over an hour. It's black and
Now.
white.
What was the movie that Wes Craven produced? Was that it, or was that
No.
The Girl in the Photograph?
The Girl in the
The Girl-
Photograph.
that was okay,
the
yeah.
last one he produced.
Yeah, yeah.
Was The Eyes of My Mother foreign?
That was foreign.
Yeah, where's it from? I think Portugal?
Yeah,
Was that
because they're
from
speaking
Portugal?
Portuguese in certain parts.
That's a good. Okay,
That was
good
a
thing
good
you brought
one.
it up because I have forgotten about that. It's a really recent, really creepy. It was beautifully shot. It's black and white.
Good cinematography.
It has such cute shots. It's just tense. It doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but it's just what you're seeing and what it's taking you through, and it's fast too. It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Nice.
That I think is the
Yeah.
best thing about foreign horror movies is the fact that you get nice cinematography with a smart story, and everything's laid out in a way that like you get to see the artistic value in the movie, and you lose that in all American movies.
I agree, and I also feel like American movies are so by the numbers. Everything you would expect most of the time happens, and
they have that formula.
They have
Like,
it's a
stick to that
formula. It's a it's a formula, and or foreign films, they push away from that formula because you will sit there and be like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, and then it'll just like smack you right in the face, and it goes different direction, and you're kind of just like, fuck, especially in Martyrs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when you think she's gonna escape and everything's gonna be good and she's gonna save that girl with the
That's
fucking-
only halfway through the movie.
and that's only halfway through the movie, and then it just smacks you right in the face, and it's like, nope.
Really?
I haven't seen it either, so
You haven't seen
dang.
Martyrs?
I have a good question. Like, what is your favorite movie that has the most fucked up ending? Like, in your opinion, fucked up ending.
I think Eden Lake, to me.
Well,
Inside.
That's my favorite foreign. Is Eden Lake.
Inside, I don't remember the ending.
Inside, I thought was really fucked up when
forgot.
she didn't survive and she cut open her stomach and grabbed the baby.
I should just
Yeah,
And like the chick is just literally laying on the stairs with her stomach ripped open, her insides are just dropping.
I
and
should have
then
rewatched that.
you should.
I don't know
It's
why I don't
really
remember
good,
it.
and the American version does not look like anything remotely like. Close
I have no
to
faith.
It does. I saw the trailer. It looks pretty similar.
I have
It's
no
scary,
faith.
like the Suspiria remake that supposedly is a 3-hour long film. Like that shit is gonna.
That they lost me already with the 3
Yeah,
hours.
I think so. It's,
I don't know. I
No.
haven't watched it because I love the original.
Anybody else got a favorite fucked up ending? No. My thing was it was Martyrs, but then I saw Kidnapped. It was a Spanish horror film. And
Not the Halle Berry one.
no, not the
That's what I
Halle Berry
thought.
one.
I
It
was
was
like,
called
"This-
Which
Kidnapped.
was actually pretty good.
I want to see it.
I liked it.
It was on Netflix for a bit. It might still be on there. It's a Spanish. I forgot the year.
What's it about?
Basically, this family gets it's a home invasion. One of the robbers comes in there, takes the dad to go get money out, and they sort of try and torture the mother and daughter that's left behind, and her boyfriend's there. I think they kill the boyfriend. They it's fucked up because it's just like it's this whole what are you gonna do when you're held hostage in a home invasion? They try and escape. They beat the shit out of these women, and it's fucked up because they even the daughter fights hard, and to no avail.
No,
poor girl gets raped too.
That's
terrible. And what I liked about this movie was just even when that was going on, one of the robbers is just you need to stop. They fight each other.
Oh.
She kind of gets her revenge a bit. The last 30 minutes of the film are good, but it's fucked up because the dad comes back. He tries to save them. We're talking about spoilers. It really doesn't matter. They all
no one's
they all perish.
Anybody that's
Oh,
the show.
wow.
But
Already
my
know.
favorite thing about that kidnap movie was the ending scene because the daughter comes, she sees her dad's dead, her mom's dead, and she's just crying and she's just like, fuck. Then all of a sudden, one of the robbers comes up to her and just starts knifing her in the stomach, and that's how the movie ends.
Jeez,
Wow.
I want to see that.
Ooh, sounds
I was
That does
watching,
sound
I was
fun.
just like, what the fuck? She got her revenge for the last 20 minutes, and she's just like, I survived. She sees her parents, and all of a sudden, boom, she just gets knifed the fuck up, and that's it. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Was The Descent, the original ending was her thinking she got out, but she was actually inside, right?
Mhm.
That's what came out in the UK?
There's two
Well,
versions,
I heard
right?
the U.S. one that got released was she made it out
Right, that
And
was
then-
the US.
because the original one was too depressing.
Right,
And then once it came
that's
out
when
on
they changed
DVD
it.
here, they put back the original ending.
Right.
Where
which is
she's
way
like
better.
just
Where
laughing
she's-
at herself,
and she's
right?
in the cave, which
Yeah.
God,
And
I
that's the
like.
director's
That's
cut?
fucked up
That's-
too.
yeah.
But then
That's-
they do
yeah.
the Descent too, and she's out, so it doesn't really.
Well, they
Counts,
based it
right?
off on the American
ending, yeah.
They didn't
So they
base it off
really,
on,
like-
yeah, they went above, and it was just like, what the fuck?
They
I
erased
have not
what
seen the
happened.
second one.
You know what?
It was
It
decent.
was okay, yeah.
I do know a horror movie that I thought was pretty gritty. It's banned in a lot of countries. It's a German movie called Cannibal. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
No.
Basically, it's about a guy who puts in an ad and says that he's looking for a boyfriend, but also someone
That's
to
actually
kill
based
and
on a
eat.
real story, yeah.
Yeah, so he can kill and eat.
Nightmare
I think
And-
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
goes on dates with these guys and see if they're compatible, and there's no match
That
or
was you,
anything.
bitch.
So then so finally he finds this guy who's suicidal and they're a match. So you see them be boyfriends, they're naked, constant sex. It is hardcore sex and nudity and stuff. And
Alright,
then after that you see him
Stick the
again,
porn
no
up.
spoilers I guess. You see him practicing gutting pigs and stuff. So when he's ready to kill the guy, he kills him. He chops off his dick. You see him cooking it and he's feeding it to the guy,
Oh.
and the guy's eating it, his own dick. And you see everything. You see him cooking in a skillet,
Sauteing.
I mean, the
sauteing
other
it.
guy, why not?
So then you see him hang him and gut him, and he makes a whole dinner. And at the end of the table is the guy's head, and he's there just eating his body. That's the whole movie. It's just him.
Wow.
eating
Doesn't
and
he slit his throat and let him bleed out in the bathroom?
He lets him bleed out. Yeah. No, he dies from cutting his dick off. He bleeds out
Oh,
that
he
way.
lets him bleed out from
Yeah. So
that.
he's in the.
You've seen it or no?
No,
He's heard of
it's
it?
the story, the
It's
real
a true
story
story.
that I've heard
It's a true
of.
story.
Yeah.
Was a real story from Germany too, or from somewhere
Well,
else?
there's actually a couple of them. There's
I'm sure
one
there's
from Japan
different kinds of cannibals.
Yeah.
with Iggy Segawa.
It's universal.
He found someone on the
Cannibalism.
internet who was interested in being eaten because he
Uh-huh.
wanted to eat somebody.
Yeah.
And he got to the guy's house and he ended up killing the guy and eating him.
Mhm.
And he went to jail for 10 years and they
Yeah.
never let him out.
Wow.
But there's also one in Europe somewhere, and it's the same basic story that he wanted to eat someone and someone
Right.
was willing to let them do it.
There was actually a model, I think, not too long ago.
Oh,
it was
I
either
heard-
Germany
yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
I
that.
heard
Like,
the
something
Germans.
similar.
well, yeah,
I love them
fucked
stuff.
up. But he
You're
would.
talking about what's his name?
I'm.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No.
No.
Luca Magnotta.
I was DTF
Yes,
for Jeffrey
he's
Dahmer.
Canadian.
Oh my god, he
He's
looks like a
yeah.
model.
Jeffrey Dahmer was hot up DTF.
That's
Yeah.
true. I thought Jeffrey Dahmer was
And so
hot.
was Richard
Yeah.
Ramirez.
Ew!
Ugh.
Not with those teeth.
I mean, he doesn't have to keep his mouth open.
Yes, he does.
I think it's
He's
super
wearing
interesting
masks.
that there is people who have a fetish turned on by serial killers.
He had so many Richard Ramirez.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
reading the book. He had so many girl fan mail
Yeah,
in jail, and he married one of the pen pals.
that's
Yeah.
insane.
That's crazy.
Well, kind of like Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
it's crazy. It's
People
crazy.
obsessed with Manson.
Yeah.
It's like
Funny
that
enough.
girlfriend you have that doesn't want to leave the bad boyfriend, even though she sees how bad he is.
But that's what she likes.
Yeah.
You know what I kind of find interesting is a lot of the foreign movies also don't do movies like on real serial killers.
That's true.
They don't have anything like, I mean, they have stories, but no one has
The
ever
true
done
stories,
a movie.
it's very limited, like what is really true. It's like, like The Strangers, trying to think other... The Texas Chainsaw remake is supposed
Based
to be
on a
based
true
real
story.
event. Yeah.
Right. Well, on Ed Gein.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
So I'm saying,
Silence.
but it's very minimal how much is based on true story.
Supposedly,
Sure,
Wolf
sure,
Creek's
yeah.
based on
It's like
true
a thought
events.
or an
Supposedly
idea.
Wall Street, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
supposedly Wolf Creek, yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have a favorite horror movie from somewhere not
Or
in America?
George?
What do you guys think about Asian horror? The Pulse,
Well,
The Grudge, Shudder.
I like them.
They know how to do good horror because I mean it's
They're
kind of
pretty
freaky.
good.
Yeah.
The Grudge, The Ring.
I'll admit the American
Tale of Two Sisters.
The American Ring was actually pretty good remake
Mm-hmm.
compared to other remakes, American remakes. Like The Grudge. I don't know.
I love The Grudge, but I don't know about...
Because
I like
Michelle.
The Grudge.
I know,
No.
I like The Grudge remake.
I try to like
better
The Grudge
than
because
the
of
original.
Sarah Michelle.
I like The
It
Grudge
was-
better
it was
than the
good in decent
original.
parts. I just thought the end was sort of rushed.
She has
She goes to the
A
house,
little bit.
she sets it on fire, and then
It's over.
yeah, that's something I thought. The
Well,
third
she
ending
thought
so
she was
rushed.
gonna help, like, save everybody by burning the house, but the house survived.
Yeah. I like the sequel, too.
The sequel was alright.
I just bought it.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
no, it's not that.
I haven't seen the third one.
Nah.
Hell no.
It's rated R.
It was
was okay.
Shawnee Smith.
Yeah.
Shawnee Smith.
Hey, she was good in Saw 2.
She was.
She was good in the Saw
Saw 2,
movies.
Saw was
She
good.
saw it in also movie. She was
Pulse. Everybody saw Pulse.
I
Yes.
saw
Mhm.
The original
good. I saw
Yeah.
parts of it. Yeah.
is the one with the computers. They
Dark
remade
Water.
it. They remade it with what's Veronica Mars? What's her name?
Kristen Bell.
I have it.
I have it.
Christina
I have it
Milian.
Christina
too.
Milian too.
Christina Milian was in
I
it.
like that movie. I saw it in theaters.
Wes Craven wrote it.
Did he?
He wrote the Pulse remake.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wes.
Oh.
You're hit and miss.
You have your hits in your
My
miss.
soul to
My
taste.
soul
He
to
did
taste.
direct it though.
But he wrote it.
But he didn't direct it.
Shudder
Shutter was
with
good.
with the pictures.
I
that
didn't
was
like the
cool.
remake. The remake
I
was
didn't
The
pretty
remake
good.
was alright with Joshua Jackson.
Yeah. it's just-
No, it
yeah.
was
How
good.
about was Mirrors foreign?
Ah,
Mirrors?
fuck. I think because Mirrors is a remake, right?
Wasn't Mirrors an American remake?
I don't remember. I want to
With
say yes.
Alexander Aja?
Yeah, that
yeah.
one. But was the original Asian?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
IMB it, bitch.
My phone's recording.
No, I mean, is Battle Royale considered a horror?
Yes! Oh my god, thank you for
The
reminding me.
gore.
Last week that we had the remakes episode, sorry guys. You guys were asking me which I wanted to remake and I couldn't come up with one. The Battle Royale.
They
I want
can't
Battle.
fucking remake that.
But
You know
imagine all
why.
these
They
Disney
can't.
stars
I don't-
dying.
that's
I've
true, yeah.
never seen it.
I love
you've never
Battle
seen
Royale.
Battle
It's
Royale.
really
I don't know,
It's
because
amazing.
Asian cinema has such a way of making things so believable in their acting.
Yeah.
I don't think that American actors would
They
be able
can.
to pull it off
Believable.
in that sense.
I wouldn't call it believable.
But it's
Fuck, it's
technically an
believable
old
with
movie.
the way that they go at each other. You really
I would
think these
be
people
down
are
to watch
fighting
And these
each
are
other?
kids. These are kids and teenagers. Not
They
just-
are.
Yeah,
and
but they're
it's
like
just-
they're all in uniforms, anime style, and they're all like karate moving and have different weapons. That is not like
It's
believable.
Extreme Hunger Games. Is basically
Yeah,
what it is.
but
Right.
would you call it
Hunger Games-
believable?
I would
that.
say no. It's not believable just because it's like really you're gonna kill all these kids because you can't control your government.
I don't
But-
mean that believable. I
It
mean
could
their
be- it
acting,
could be
the way
remade.
that
Oh,
they
they're
portray
acting.
their
I think it
could be
characters,
remade.
the
It
way
could
that they do
easily
their
be remade.
action
Imagine
sequences.
all your favorite teen stars
wouldn't
getting
be as-
murdered. That
it
would be
wouldn't
awesome.
be as extreme as Battle Royale.
That's no, it's true.
You know,
If it,
and
na-
to me it's a perfect
I mean,
movie.
nowadays maybe.
It's not
Maybe.
that graphic, to be honest with
I
you.
think it still holds up to its age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
because
they
it's
would
not
need
that
it.
old. It's,
Okay,
it's
Okay, what
90s,
about
right?
Spanish horror, Mexican horror? Pieces.
I want to talk about pieces.
Right.
Well,
Pieces-
yeah, that's
well,
from
it's
Spain.
Italian.
That's not Mexican.
Right.
Is it Spain or
It's Italian.
I thought it was
No, it's
Spanish.
Italian.
Italiano.
I don't know that.
It's
Italian.
an
Do you guys want to talk about Italian?
Talk about it.
I mean, Pieces was good. It was kind of weird when I watched it.
I've never seen that.
I
was
started
gory.
it and got annoyed. And
But I mean,
turned it
if
off.
you
Yeah,
want
right?
good Italian horror, that's Dario Argento. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Let's talk about
He's
Dario.
hit or miss though. There's some movies that I've watched and I'm just like, wow, this is fucking
boring?
bad.
Like what?
I mean, for his
Really?
movies, you're
Um,
basically buying the gore factor.
Kind of, yeah.
But in
What
order
he's
to-
The
known
aesthetic.
for,
But
yeah.
in order to get the gore, you're gonna have to be invested with the story.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
and they're
Suspiria,
cheesy.
the gore, the deaths are spread out.
If you want good Italian, I would guess you go Lucio Fulci or Cannibal Holocaust. Technically Italian.
Yeah, it
So-
definitely is Italian, but I don't know. I've never invested too much in Italian horror for some reason.
It hasn't grabbed me, honestly.
And you haven't seen Zombie. That's the thing.
I haven't seen Zombie.
That
I
was
haven't seen
great
Zombie, I haven't
by
seen
itself.
Suspiria, I haven't seen any Argento
But it's
movie.
weird. It's technically Italian, but it's like American actors and American dubbing.
It always felt like Italian horror films were just so over the top
And they're
so
slow at the same
they're
time.
slow and they're just so animated,
Yeah.
and you're kind of just like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I love Suspiria. That's a fucking phenomenal movie.
For the remake, I have no idea what they're doing with it.
What is
like,
Suspiria about?
So this girl goes into this ballet academy,
Yeah.
and she discovers that it's basically a cult of witches. But I saw this movie a long time ago. I'm waiting to rewatch it. I know there's Blu-ray copies available, but I'm waiting for the restoration, which is taking a long time.
3 years.
The Synapse restoration is taking a long ass time. I'm still waiting for it, but
They said it's coming out this year by the end of the year.
I fucking doubt it.
I know.
They said that last year too.
I know.
So
Yeah, they always make.
I liked it for the lighting, the red, the just the way he does the lighting is just great.
Yeah.
The gore is kind of whatever. I've seen worse, but
And the Goblins soundtrack, I thought that was
the
pretty,
soundtrack
it was
is
pretty
great,
advanced
yeah.
for its time.
So I don't know about the remake. When I heard it was gonna be 3 hours, I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna make 3 hours of this movie for? You're gonna make it.
It could be unrated version that most movies.
You're
are
gonna
3
make it
hours
an artsy fartsy ass film like
It
The Witch.
is 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Right.
now. I'm not mad for movies being over 2 hours.
I
don't
sort
mind
of welcome
that.
it a little bit because we're so always used to the 90 minutes and under.
But
horror
if it's
movies.
I need my 90
if it's a
my
good
1900.
horror movie,
It needs to be worth that 3 hours.
like the
It
Scream
does.
movies are all over 2 hours, except I think Scream 3 or 4. One of them was under 2 hours, but most of them are over 2 hours. So, but they're still good, and it has great character development, it has great actors, great scares, great chase scenes. So if it's a movie that has all the goods, I say go for it.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna
Agreed.
keep the same lighting scheme, and then Tom York from Radiohead's doing the score, so that I kind of trust a bit. That might be interesting. You never know.
Yeah.
Because what I'm expecting is like It Follows type of score.
Yeah, because
Like, I want
Tom York, he does
synthesizer.
experimental, he does some industrial, some
Exactly,
electro.
yeah.
So I think it's gonna kind of echo a little bit of Trent Reznor's kind of score.
Yeah.
But different. But somewhere on those lines.
I mean, I would hope so.
And I would love that.
Yeah.
Trent scores are awesome.
Agreed.
Do you guys have any foreign slashers that you like?
That I've seen, no.
I saw recently Cold Prey.
Oh, Coldplay.
Coldplay's
Yeah,
a good
Coldplay.
one.
There's
well,
Dead-
not recently. I had seen it before, but I saw
There's
it
Dead
yesterday. It's
Snow.
really-
Oh, I love Dead
That's,
Snow.
that's not a
Seen it.
slasher.
There's
gonna be a
Yeah,
third
it's
one.
really
It's a zombie
good. It's
film,
really
yeah.
good. It's funny. The first
Yeah.
one was amazing. The second one was a little too cheesy, but the first one was really cool.
Yeah.
Cold Prey is Norwegian. Have you guys seen it?
No.
No?
Yeah.
You had it. You haven't seen it. It's about this group of snow skiers, snowboarders, whatever, to go up in the Norwegian mountains, and they just basically get killed by a slasher type of guy. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's gory, it's bloody, it's intense. It again takes a little bit to set up the characters, which
Right.
I hate because it's like, if you're gonna kill them, why do I have to know their story?
Oh, and recommendation: don't watch
Oh,
the
don't watch it
English
dubbed.
dubbed version. Watch
Yeah.
it with subtitles.
True. Yeah, I seen it
It
twice. I
ruined
seen it
the
3
movie.
times, twice with subtitles and once dubbed. The dubbing is so bad. It we wanted to enjoy it, but just the dubbing was like no, like
Gross. There's
study your shit.
Lost in translation.
Yeah.
Lost in
There's a really good French movie called Them.
Mm.
That I thought was a really great. It's not. Technically it's like a slasher, but it was like
Yeah.
a home invasion.
They got the strangers out of that.
Yeah, so good.
Where's that from?
France.
France. Ooh, the
Yeah.
French. Ooh, the
I
French.
have to watch that.
We.
No, I love the Frenchies.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
I
It's a
haven't-
home invasion. It's a bunch of kids just
And it's got a fucked up ending.
Yes, it does. Stalking a couple in the strangers,
Mhm.
but the way they go about it and just creeps you out.
It's
'cause
very creepy.
It's a house in the middle of nowhere,
Mhm.
and they just try to freak out people on purpose, and that's
That
their
sounds like
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
That movie we saw, the one where they're at the theater. That's a foreign one, isn't it?
Which one, Brian?
The one with the guy and the owl. The owl's what I'm remembering.
Oh,
Stage fright.
Stage fright.
That's
yeah.
foreign, isn't it?
It's called Aquarius, right? Stage fright.
Yeah, stage fright.
I like that one.
It's French too.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't like
also
it
French.
either.
Oh,
I like
That's the
version.
slasher.
There's like 3 different versions of horror movies with the name stage
Yeah.
fright
Yeah.
under it.
Okay.
It's the one with the
The
owl
one with the
mask.
owl.
Okay, maybe not.
They're like
That's
starting
the
up
musical
playing.
one. I like that one.
The musical one is the one I saw. I was
yeah.
like, oh hell.
That was an MTV movie.
Well, I saw it on Netflix, so it was
Yeah.
under the horror section. I was like, oh, I saw a lot of people
It
talking
was-
about this, so let me see it. It was, oh.
It was really stupid.
So
I did
stupid,
not like
corny.
it. No,
I hated the
this
music.
one is like from the 70s too.
Okay.
It's a killer that doesn't give a shit. He attacks everybody at the same time. He goes,
Fun.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He and
But shit, at the end, he doesn't even try to hide. He's
No,
like
he
literally
doesn't.
just
He
like
doesn't
sitting
care.
there waiting for you.
yeah, it's
That's
really fun.
scary, I
Yeah.
think. Like someone just waiting for you, like just to gut
Fun.
you.
Mhm.
Doesn't stalk you, it's just random.
Someone just snaps.
Snaps.
Another one that I just saw is Lake Bodom, which is
How is that? I've been wanting
it was
to see
really
that.
good, kind of slow. They could shave off 20 minutes or so, but it's really good.
That's a lot.
It's like 2 movies in one. It's like
That's a
Friday the
lot.
13th meets Wolf Creek. It's like 2 separate movies, like you guys said about
Yeah.
martyrs. It starts with one shit and it ends up in another shit. It's really interesting if you keep till the end. But yeah, like most movies start off slow. Like it's not really that much that keeps you interested until the shit pops
Yeah.
off.
There's a movie, I believe it's called Final Cut. And I forget which country it's from, but it was supposed to be like, I think it's Germany. It's the German version to Scream, and it's dubbed in English, and it was like released, and it's everywhere. If you guys look at the cover, you will definitely have seen it at Blockbuster or anything like that. But I watched it, and I'm just like, wow, this is really foreign, because it was so bad.
It was bad.
It was so
Nothing
bad.
to do with Scream.
I mean, it tried to be witty and it tried to have those puns, and they talk about movies that are current for the year, but it did not work, and I was just like, ooh.
You're not Scream.
Yeah, it just kept going. It kept going. I'm just like, oh my god, where's the ending for this fucking movie? Like, it needs to end now. Someone should look up the picture and see it. Just the poster.
What's it called?
Final Cut.
Final Cut. Anybody else? Anything they want?
Well, what about you? About Mexican movies?
Mexican. I want to talk first of all about my favorite movie of 2016, Train to Busan.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a
So
great
good.
horror. Yeah,
Start.
I loved
Thank
it.
you for
Or-
showing that to me.
Well,
by the
no,
way.
it was
I
great
bought it on
because
Blu-ray.
he recommended it to me, and then it was on Netflix. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll see it."
Yeah.
So I need to
But
watch it.
it's just
Well,
like
I have
a
it. It's really
Asian zombie movie, but it was
It's
Intense.
You know
smart,
what?
intense.
it was smart,
scary.
intense, great character development. 'Cause
Lots
you
of
actually
it.
cared about these people, and
I
it was
care a lot. Yeah,
And
even
it's
side
way
characters.
different than any zombie movie we've seen.
It adds something new to the genre, and that's what I appreciate about it. I think it was clever with the lighting, and it played with the lights, and I think that was very cool, very creepy.
Final stab.
And how they only these zombies are only tunnel vision, so they only see whatever's in front of them.
Yeah.
So if they're not in your vision, you could get away, and that also plays with the suspense a little bit. So
yeah.
And just the fact that you're on a train and you're just like,
That's
you think
awesome.
that you're on a train and you're gonna
With a bunch
get
of
away,
zombies.
but these fuckers are fast and will catch up to this fucking train.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Because fast zombies are scarier than
Yeah, that's what I love
yeah.
about the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Thank you,
Zombies.
Zack Snyder. He's the one who came up
Running
with
zombies.
that. Well, no, 28 days later, but
Well, what came
Was
first?
that first?
Yeah, 28 days
28
later
days
was a
later
year
was
before.
Yeah, I think that was the one
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
running zombies. Sorry.
Because the another movie that has the same as
Isn't that a
the
foreign
girl
movie
with all the
too?
gifts.
There you go.
Running zombies?
The zombies are running.
Oh, that's a new one. Is
And
it
that's
foreign?
it's technically foreign.
I just
it's
saw it
British.
at
Oh, okay.
Amoeba.
Yeah, I almost
DVD.
got
It's
it. but
on
I-
Amazon for
yeah,
free.
it is on Amazon for free, so you can watch it. But it was
Cool.
when I watched it, it was great because it's just those zombies were running, suspenseful, and it's foreign, even though it has some American actors.
mm-hmm.
But it's just it has the same feel as 28 Days Later.
Right.
That's what I love. Throughout the whole movie, you're kind of like engaged in it, and you feel bad for this little girl because she carries the virus, but she doesn't act on it.
Mm.
And they treat her
Like in
like
28
shit.
weeks
They treat her
later,
like a
right?
slave because they have her muzzled and everything,
Right.
and it's just fucked up. But it was just the zombies itself. It was 28 Days Later. It's for the new generation.
I wonder if they're ever gonna make a sequel to those movies.
I want them
28
to.
days?
28
It's supposed
months.
to be
28 months.
later.
They were right after 28 days. They
28
announced 28
28
months,
weeks.
but they
28 weeks is good, actually.
28 weeks. Sorry, after 28 weeks.
How many years
they
after
announced
the
28
first one?
That was
did
really
28 weeks
good.
ago?
I saw
28
that
weeks is
one.
good.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That
That's
was the
been a
one with
while.
Robert no, what's her
Jeremy
name?
Renner's in it.
Jeremy Renner, yeah.
Rose Byrne, right? Rose Byrne. was
Rose
in
Byrne,
it.
Jeremy Renner,
Yeah,
and
Imogen Poots.
Imogen Poots, yeah.
I call her Potts.
Poots, Pots.
Whatever.
Potts. This is Potts.
What did you think about Train to Busan?
I loved it. I think it was like one of the best zombie movies that come out since Dawn of the Dead. The remake,
You
like
need to
that's
get on it. It's on the
It was just one of the best in the zombie
Yeah.
genre, period.
Girl with All the Gifts on Netflix too. I have to watch that too.
Yes, I need to see that.
No,
That was
Train
a
to
great
Busan
movie.
is my favorite movie from last year. It has everything. It has story. It has great cinematography, great effects. The zombies look great. The zombies terrify you. The characters, you care about them. The intense. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. Like since the zombie gets on the train till it ends, I was like, what the fuck?
It's a thrill
I
ride.
saw it like 3 times in a row. Then I told everybody I knew, you guys have to watch it. And a lot of people were put off because it's in another language and they don't either don't
I'll
want
say
to
this,
read.
It's not an issue
You don't even
at
need to
all.
worry about what they're
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
because the story
They're
is
so
laid
emotive.
out
Yeah.
with
Even
everything
then,
they're doing.
you don't need to know what they're saying. It's all about their body language telling the story, and that's a best compliment I could say, that these actors were so good that they didn't have to say a single word. You just watch what they're doing on screen, and you automatically know what's happening. You feel it, and you feel like it's there, and that's what makes it more of an intense horror film.
And besides the zombies, you have that asshole to
Oh,
worry
yeah,
about.
Then,
Which again makes a great villain because he's a normal guy trying to survive a situation that you're put in
But
with.
he was the
But
asshole.
it's how you react to it. Some people crumble under pressure. Some people can get proactive and stuff, and that's how
And
the world works.
something like that reminds me of the Belko experiment. You're just
It's
put in that
when you're put
situa-
in situations and the assholes come
It's
out.
either you or them who's
Mhm.
gonna live.
Yeah.
So that's
But it's like if all the good guys band together, they can overpower the bad guy. But sometimes the bad guy wins because it's just the
greed.
survival of the fittest.
He wants to live,
Yeah.
no matter what, no sacrifice. Throw you to the zombies,
Catch
George.
it? No.
So come on,
No,
Mexican,
okay.
Mexican movies.
Okay, I guess Mexican. There's so many that you guys.
Pan
Which is
Slap
hard.
Can I just
No,
say
no,
before
no,
we
let's
get to
have-
Mexican movies that
I'll
one
get
of
there.
my favorite movies is coming up with a remake, and that's Nosferatu, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
foreign film.
Oh,
It's from
that's
Germany.
right.
Yeah.
And it's
Anya
also one of
Taylor-Joy
the
is on.
first movies ever made, but one like the only vampire movie at that time.
Yeah.
that
And that's from
laid
where?
way-
Where is that from?
From Germany.
Germany.
And it
Germany.
laid way for like every vampire that we know today, through
course.
Dracula, through everything.
Absolutely.
And
See, and what
they're
they did
making
with
a nice
Nosferatu
remake.
was the lighting and the shadow. What I loved about German movies,
Oh,
like
definitely.
They're gonna remake that too.
the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari,
Yeah.
had a lot of great like dark shadowing. To me, that was a great silent horror movie.
Oh,
It
is
was
that one
just
you told them to
freaky.
watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It was
haven't
just
watched that.
freaky. It was on. I think it was on Amazon. It was just randomly, and I just put it on. It was like maybe an hour, 10 minutes, but it was just like German people are like they at the time they did it very well with their cinematography.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just fucking crazy.
Yeah, like Vampire.
Yeah.
That's a German, I believe. 1920s. Gorgeous vampire film. Gorgeous.
I love
mean,
vampire
it's
films. They're so sexy.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
You wanted to say something, Eddie?
Huh?
I thought you were.
Oh, I was gonna get to the one movies I like.
Oh,
but I
okay.
wanna Have you guys take your turns
The
first?
Mexican I'm very proud of my Mexican heritage. Obviously, I
Yeah.
talk about it all the time. Horror is universal. Like here and over there, there's the same kind of horror fans. Like they like the adrenaline. They're just like us.
Fanatical.
My cousins were just like that's how I got into horror because of my cousins. The one that sticks out the most or the most popular one is Pan Labyrinth. Everybody seen
That's
that?
not Mexican.
Yeah.
It is Mexican.
Technically
Guillermo del
Spanish.
Toro's from
Spanish.
Guadalajara.
It's Spanish
Spanish,
technically,
yeah.
but
Produced, yeah, but the director's Mexican.
director's Mexican. Yeah, so I consider it Mexican.
And he wrote it. So
Yeah.
he wrote it and directed. He's Mexican. The movie's
Yeah.
Mexican. Sorry.
No, I agree. I feel the same way.
What did you think about it?
When I first saw it,
Do you
was great.
consider it horror?
I do because it was
It's a
just-
horror fantasy.
It's a horror
exactly.
fantasy.
Good way to put it.
It was like a fucked up sort of Alice in Wonderland because she goes into this, fantasy, and people know the ending is just like it's.
Sad.
It is
But what I
kinda
loved
gritty
about it,
ending.
was the monsters.
Yes.
Like it was so well done for the
Creative.
time. Like it's just
Oh, iconic.
I don't know.
iconic.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you see
Fairies,
the
the-
fairies,
the
the
one-
dude with the eyes, like
Doug Jones is amazing. He's
even
in
the
Yeah,
font.
Doug
Yeah.
Yes.
He could do no wrong.
The
Oh, bye bye,
font,
man.
the guy.
I mean, Guillermo's monsters are just iconic in general.
Well, did you
And
guys-
it's all from his mind.
Yeah.
Guillermo
Yeah.
has this mind that he comes up with all these designs, and it's very Guillermo. You know when
Yeah.
it's Guillermo. He has that kind of visual.
Did you guys go to the exhibit?
No.
I did go to the
I
exhibit.
did. It
That
was
was
amazing.
amazing.
Ah,
Yeah,
jealous.
jealous.
You see a lot of his work, and all of it's his personal collection.
Well,
He
also,
just put it out there.
he wants to do the new Frankenstein movie, and he also wants to do Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So he wants.
His new movie coming out is kind of like Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's like the trailer for it. It feels like a love story, and I hope it. I didn't like Crimson Peak. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it
terrible.
yet. I haven't
liked
seen it yet.
Yeah.
But this kind of was like Creature from the Black Lagoon in a way, because it's just it's a sea monster.
Mhm.
And it's funny, going back to our episode on like Universal horror monsters, if anybody's to remake them, he would.
Yeah,
be
I
most
think he
important.
would.
He
Yeah.
even said, he's like, if I'm going to do the Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein,
Yeah.
I want to dedicate 3 or 4 years to just
To
those
do
movies.
it.
I don't want to do nothing in the middle. I
He
want my
would
focus.
do
I
the
on
think
that.
he could do all of them, honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
He
And just
could.
created in the same world, he would do such a good job.
Create
with
his
that.
own little universe, monster
Yeah.
horror universe.
What did you? Okay, you probably Pan's Labyrinth. You get?
Yeah, like Pan's Labyrinth. Also great cast.
Yeah.
Very suspenseful. I love the little girl Ophelia.
Yeah.
It killed me when she
Ivana
was,
Vaquero.
when she was killed at the end. That's why I said it was like a pretty grimy ending. But at the end, she had her.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know if that's true. Is she
Yeah.
really like in the fantasy world, or
But
we
that's-
just like that's the?
I
image
think
we
that's
get?
her.
That's
her
her
fantasy.
heaven.
That's her
That could
fantasy.
be her heaven.
Yes,
That's her
that's
heaven.
it. So it's a it's kind of a sad.
It's sad,
story.
but it's spiritually a good movie because
Yeah.
she's reunited with her family and she got what she wanted and she has now her happy ending.
Yeah,
she got
I
her
guess.
freedom.
Yeah.
She's free from all the pain in the real world, in reality.
Did the baby die? I don't
No.
know.
No, the baby survived.
Okay.
But remember the
Yeah.
stepdad dies, the
This-
mom dies, and then she dies. So,
So the baby's by itself.
well, she had what's her name to take care of it?
Oh, it was
The-
like a
The maid,
midwife or something.
The maid
Yeah.
or whatever.
maid,
okay.
yeah. So I think she's gonna take care of the baby to carry on.
I don't know too much about Mexican horror. I want to because it's just culturally. I'm just like I want
You're
to
Mexican,
like.
and don't know shit about
Well,
it.
no, I want to. I know. My
I don't
people
know
got
anything,
some
so-
good fucked up minds to it, and there's a lot of good Mexican legends that you could do horror movies off of, like
Yeah.
La Llorona. I would like a legit La Llorona movie.
I
They
would
have
go-
a lot of
yeah.
Llorona movies, but they're not good.
They're not good. That's the thing. It's a
The
great
Maze was good at Universal.
folklore.
The Maze was Guillermo
That
del
was
Toro,
pretty
wasn't
good.
it?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
On Shrek.
I wish I would have gone to that one.
It was
That
good.
was so good.
It was a good maze.
What about
Did you
Wreck?
go
Is
there?
that a Spanish movie?
Well,
Yeah, it's
Spanish.
Okay,
Spanish
well-
to
Spain.
Spain.
But it's not Mexican.
Okay,
No.
well,
It's first
that
but
was
that's a
my
good
genre.
one.
I was going to choose was Spaniard movies, which is why I was going to say Pan's Labyrinth,
Yeah.
Record.
Yeah.
So
Let's get into Reg. Reg
I
is pretty
love
good.
Reg, and if anyone who doesn't know, Quarantine is the remake of Reg,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more of a religious turn as opposed to Quarantine, and it was very terrifying. It was very gory. It was very intense, and it's because it's also what was it? I forgot what it's called. The way it's filmed. What is it? Like
Point of view.
yeah, like
Oh,
like
okay, the POV kind of movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found footage?
Found footage. Thank you. Sorry, I like
Yeah.
deleted it out of my
Me too,
mind.
I
So I
was
was like,
like,
what
what
is
is he
that
saying?
fucking genre that is again? Yeah, the found footage. It made it way more intense than any other movie I've seen that's like that. And also going back to the zombies, that was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And
there
it's
were
intense.
Demon zombies.
Yeah.
What do you think of the sequels?
They're also really good. I think they changed course after the third one. That's when they started going like just regular movies, not the found footage era. But the second one is really good, and I wish. Well, I kind of don't wish that the U.S. made a sequel to that, but that was a really good sequel, and I love that it just starts right from where the first one ended and continues that story, and it adds more to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed that movie. That's another movie you don't need to really know what they're saying.
Yeah.
You just follow
Yeah.
their journeys and stuff. So I thought that was really done well.
What do you think of Reg?
I loved it. I mean, I saw trailers for it, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna have to find a download for this movie
Yeah.
because there's no way I'm gonna be able to see it otherwise.
Do you watch it with subtitles? Dub?
Yeah, I watch it with subtitles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather watch it with subtitles than have it dubbed. I'd
Oh, yeah,
to listen,
definitely.
I'd like to listen to the
Yeah.
original language that it was produced in, and just the dialect and everything that they
You get the whole
way,
feel
Yeah,
of
you
it.
get the feeling of it, and Rec blew me away, and I was terrified because I watched it late at night. I'm just like, holy shit! Like I'm actually gonna have to probably sleep with the light on.
That's what I saw, and I was super scared. I was terrified.
I was scared for sure.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps, and I loved it.
I mean, especially when she goes up in that fucking attic and she's like turning the camera around and that fucking thing jumps out at you and you're just
Yeah.
like, no, I did not expect that. And I was pissing myself the entire time. It was great. Just fucking loved it. I haven't seen the last one though.
4?
I haven't seen the
Four.
4 either. I think I saw
It's
the
a
first
one
three.
like it's still good and not
It got a little,
intense,
it
but
got a little more cartoony.
entertaining.
It got a little
Yeah.
cartoony.
But because now they're on a boat.
A boat,
now.
right.
But the same
bride
girl
was
is on
fun.
it. The bride, the third one, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
bride one
that was
really
fun.
fun.
That was
I
fun.
thought
It
it
was
was
a little
so
fucked up though.
gory.
a
It was
lot of
fucked up.
a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was
Well, 'cause
entertaining. They
it-
kept moving.
I think it's because it took. It's
it took you
different
out of that.
out of the
thing.
because the first two were connected. So when the third one is completely changed course of the
I
where the
guess. It's just in another setting, but it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah. It was
Um,
really great.
Babe, what did you think about it?
I only saw it once. I don't remember much of it, and that's all I can say.
Very
Nice.
did you see it or
I seen it before I saw Quarantine.
okay.
But I remember Quarantine, I don't remember Wreck.
Oh.
But
I
I haven't seen neither film
Quarantine was
since-
actually really good.
since
I
then.
think it's totally underrated.
It was just the fact that the ending is on the cover and the ending is in the trailers. That's what ruined.
Also,
Quarantine.
fun fact, you know the fire station down the street from me? That's where they filmed Quarantine.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Nice. Okay, I just want to say a bunch of Mexican foreign horror, so everybody watching it, I want to shout them out. Más Negro que la Noche is Blacker than Night. It's about a rich lady who her only close personal
Relative.
relationship is with a cat. She dies. She leaves the money and the cat to her niece. She brings three roommates to live with her. They kill the cat and the bitch get revenge on them. That's one. Blacker
Watch
than
the
Night.
original,
The
not
original,
the
not the
second,
remake.
not the
There's
remake.
two of them. Okay,
Black
second is Hasta el Viento Tiene Miedo, which means even the wind is afraid. It's about a group of girls in a what's it called when they go to school, boarding school, all girls boarding school. There's this tower that they're not allowed to go with, and then they found out that one of the girls hung herself there because the headmistress didn't let her go to her mom's side when she was dying. So she didn't let it go. She killed herself in a manic attack, and now her ghost is coming back to get revenge on the headmistress and just terrify the bitches too.
Cool.
Yeah, the next one was Veneno para las Hadas, which is Poison for Fairies. It's about a little girl who thinks she's a witch and then not seduces, but entices her classmate to just follow what she says because she's a witch and she can kill you, you know? So the little girl does what she does, and it's just kind of like a bad seed kind of thing.
Interesting.
Really fun. And then the last one is The Devil's Backbone. I don't know if you guys
That was
saw
also
it.
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, that was Guillermo del Toro too.
That's a great
Really
one.
really fun. They're like Mexican movies, especially Guillermo del Toro, have very specific kind of
Formulas.
formulas to
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
it's like very story driven and just uses horrors as a secondary
Right.
thing.
What
Right.
about
It's
it?
about the characters.
It's about the character. And The Orphanage, that is a Spanish movie.
Yeah,
completely
okay,
Spanish
that's
movie.
fine.
That's what I
but
was gonna talk about
yeah,
too.
yeah, okay, let's go, Eddie. What's up?
I just want to say I love The Orphanage. I thought it was a really good movie.
I took it back.
That's all.
Well, I just wanted to just give it a little shout out that I
Haven't
love
seen
The
it.
Orphanage. You
Guillermo
haven't seen
did
it?
the vampire movie Kronos as well.
Yes, he did.
That
He
was-
did.
that
I
was
didn't see
good.
it, so I didn't talk about it. But yes, he did. I want to give a shout out to Those Movie Guys podcast. Oh,
Ambulance, someone's dying.
I hope it's not a bad one.
Quarantine.
Those Movie Guys podcast, they're really fun. They stumbled upon our podcast, and now we've been talking to each other, and it's really fun. So thank you guys for shouting us out too.
Thank
Yes, thank you.
And shout out to the Silver Shamrock podcast.
Yes, Robbie.
So
Check out the
Shamrock.
sspod.com and all their social media.
Fantastic.
Anybody
that's it for
else?
this week.
Final thoughts?
I have one more.
Yes.
I want to throw out there. I just want to say back to the vampires. I just want to say let the right one in. It's one of my
Okay.
favorite
Oh,
horrors.
Yes, I can't believe we forgot
forgot
that one.
about
That was
that.
a great one.
Even its remake was also
Sweden.
good, but yeah, the Swedish original was really good, and the connection of the two kids.
You believe the innocence of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was
That was a
very
good one.
And I relate to
visual.
the main kid where he's awkward and where
Mhm.
kids pick on him and he gets bullied and stuff. And his only friend is this girl who's a vampire, and yet he's not afraid of her. He's
Yeah.
more intrigued by her, and he likes that she's different, she's unusual, and I feel like that's where he relates to her.
I think so, and that
I haven't seen it.
the remake itself hits it on the head.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just,
The
it's,
remake is a
it's
very
done
good
very
remake for
well
it.
because it's in that same kind of ominous style where it's cold, feels like a
It
frozen tundra.
improves
and
a
it's
little
just,
bit
yeah.
on the original in some aspects where
Mhm.
where it focuses more on the two kids. Like you don't have these other side characters too much that it convolutes the plot. But the original was really good. I love the two main kids in both films. The two main kids, that's the core, in the heart of the movies. So I like that. So I just want to give a shout out to that movie because I love it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Any recent horror news we want to talk about?
No. Oh, what do you guys think about other directors from who do foreign film doing American movies?
Well, Guillermo
I'm all for
has
it.
done amazing. Guillermo del Toro
Like
has
the only
done
one that
really
comes to
good
my mind
American.
was Ring 2. Remember the original director who did the Ring movies?
Hideo.
Yeah, he did that one, and it was so bad that I don't think it connected with American audience. So I don't know.
Because the same director of the original Grudge did the remake.
Yeah.
too,
Right.
and he did good, I think.
I think a lot of the time the studio plays such a big
Yeah.
part in the way that the American films are released that their versions and their visions are totally lost
It's
in
different
translation.
productions.
It's lost in translation. Because, I mean, he tried to do, like, a Ring 2 movie. He tried to make it interesting, fantastic. Like, it was very, like, in the whimsical, almost, like, fairy tale type of horror. But they tried to push it and make it too Americanized, and it just didn't work. But I love the movie. I fucking love The Ring 2.
The remake?
The remake.
I, for the life of me, cannot remember it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very
that's-
memorable. That's what it is. The
Are you
second
And I've
one-
seen it like 3 times.
I rewatched it after watching Rings.
And what'd you think?
Ring was
I
terrible.
thought Rings was
I thought
better.
Rings was better than the Ring 2.
Oh.
I liked it.
In
It
what
was not
world?
a Ring movie. It needed more ringy to it. But, like, it turned into Don't
Because
Breathe
you know
at the end.
what it is that Rings, even though it's predictable, it's more entertaining. It's not as slow. And
Yeah.
It's Ring 2. It was just really slow, and that's what makes it unmemorable. That you don't remember what things that happen. It's just there. Rings 2, it's just there too, but it's a faster pace. So I think that's why, entertainment value wise, that was a
So
better
dark. Did you
I
movie.
mean, if you're not going to look at it as a
Oh, no,
Ring
you're
movie,
here.
yeah, I guess it's
Look, he was out
entertaining.
sucking
It
dick.
is a Ring movie, but
It literally threw everything that the Ring created out the window. It's just
because
like,
she's supposed to be dead, and this is her rebirth.
well, that's what they
That's the
tried
whole
doing in
point.
the part 2, though. They tried rebirthing in part 2. Y'all are ratchet.
Are you doing? Are you
So we
gagging
just
over
came
there?
from the It experience.
Making
Did
my
we like
lasting
that?
impression.
Yes, it was fun. It was short.
I love how much of a pussy George turned into.
I
I'm
told
sorry.
you.
This bitch needed me to hold his hand walking down the stairs.
I know he was like,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
holding Dana when he was holding me. I was like, girl,
I
come
don't
on,
like
I'm
the element
scared
of surprise,
already.
that's the thing.
Neither
I was
do
in the first
Oh.
one. and I'm a scaredy cat too.
I can sit through any
But I
fucking
had
horror
fun with
movie and be perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
But it's like when it's in a
but get
maze,
me in
I
a
can't.
real
Wait.
fucking setting.
But I love it.
And
Just
I
wait till
love
Horror
that
Nights.
shit.
Just wait
Yeah.
till Horror
Oh.
Nights.
I remember last year.
Oh my
I
god.
will lose my fucking voice.
He
I'm
was
not gonna lie.
screaming.
I love it. I will still go and look at this stuff, but I still scream. Like, I screamed like 3 times, but I was still
Yeah.
like,
But that's the
not
point. You
shy
I
wanna
would
be
be on the verge
exactly,
of crying.
exactly.
Beta will tell you the last
Yeah.
time we went to Horror Nights, I lost my shit the entire time. And I'm just like, I'm so much fun to watch. I'm
He
so
gets
You're
happy.
gonna
red
be
and
drunk
blotchy,
too, so that's the
too.
thing. It's
Yeah.
That's
like,
exciting.
like we're just gonna be like freak the fuck
I
out.
just want to be scared.
Val was really ballsy. You were holding the phone, so you couldn't.
But I was screaming.
Yeah.
You watched
Oh,
it
you
back?
were screaming?
I was
Okay, I'm
screaming.
gonna watch it
I had
back.
fun.
You had already seen it, so fuck you.
Yeah, what the
Mind
fuck?
Mind you, I'm watching it
I
through
was
the
acting
phone.
stupid, bitch. I was acting like I didn't know what was coming. So
Did you scream at all?
She be mad that
I
I didn't
screamed,
spoil it.
yeah.
I didn't spoil nothing.
He
No, he
screamed.
didn't.
I screamed. We all screamed
Yeah.
for ice cream.
That's good.
And then the cops come, and then it's awkward.
It was fun. It was really short.
Yeah.
Thank God we had like if
But it's one maze.
if I
It's one
had
maze.
been waiting like 2 hours
Yeah.
like those people
I
have been
would've
waiting,
been-
I would have
yeah.
been pissed.
Yes.
Thank God. Thank you, Bird, for getting the tickets
Yes,
for us.
yeah, I give her
But-
credit.
VIP.
Yeah, it was short and sweet.
I just the idea of you get to like go into a house that there's potentially going to be in the movie.
But you know-
like, it's nice to be able to do. Plus, they said that they're going to fucking send us something from inside the house when
They
we tear
did?
it
They said
down.
Like
They
a
took
video
out-
of us
yeah.
or something
Oh,
like
a
that, right?
video.
Yeah.
Also,
But
you
still,
think
like,
about it.
I thought like
That's
a
But
prom.
think about it. We
awesome.
weren't with a big group. It was just mostly us.
Radio was
And then
perfect,
the girl
perfect.
gave us a little tour, and she said, "Go ahead and look around." It like
They don't do that
Any
usually.
more
They don't let you
other
look around?
mazes, you have to just keep walking. At least here, we got to like look
We
around.
actually had to
and
touch
explore.
shit. I was
I was
surprised.
touching. I was opening
Girl,
drawers.
you should have fucking, if she wasn't
And I was
paying
like, can we
attention,
do
you
that?
should've
I should have
taken
just
her
took that
fucking
Fangoria
Fangoria.
magazine with Nightmare on Elm Street. I was like,
I saw the
oh,
magazines.
My God. When I was
No,
going to the
they have it on
magazines, this was
camera.
the guy popped
So
out,
no.
so I was like, shit, I can't even see
I know. I
that.
saw the camera. I was like, I can't steal this Fangoria. issue.
Wah.
But I was
But,
filming it. I was like, look at these magazines. Oh, I want these.
I was watching the YouTube
Go check out the
video.
live feed.
At least ours was like chill and interactive, and she was into it. Because there's this one that I was watching online where the guy was like, "Go here,
Go here.
She was nice. She was in her role and everything.
Yeah,
She was
Character.
fine. She was fine.
Jake, don't
She
leave
was
me.
15 minutes.
You'll float
Bitch,
too.
that was 4. Go on.
You float too.
It
You
was
float too.
hilarious.
You float too. You float too.
Bye, guys.
Thanks
We'll
for
see
listening.
you.
That was perfect.
It was perfect. And then we guys will see you next